In the last video, we had learned the primitive data types, and before we learn the non-primitive data types like string, array list, and arrays, we will learn the classes and objects in Java. Okay, so the classes are something which are very important in Java, and these this programming is known to be object oriented programming. Okay, so now we will create a class. We can name it any class one. Okay, now here you can see the main activity itself is a class, and similarly we can create many different classes. Explainer activity also is a class. Now we are going to create a class. So a class has some attributes and some methods or functions, whatever you want to say. These functions and methods define its behavior. The class is, you can assume that a class is like an object which has some attributes, and the object has some behavior. Okay, so you can assume the attributes like color. Okay, then we can have size. We are taking a rectangle. Okay, we can rename this file as a rectangle. Okay, and we can have some color for it, we can have some size for it, we can have the we can change the size to area, we can have some length, we can have some breadth for it. Okay, or width, whatever you want to say. Now these are the attributes for our object rectangle. Okay, now to define the behavior, we can have the getters and setters. Getters and setters mean to set a variable. You mean to set a attribute. You can set the color. You can use the getter and setter, and for example, you can use the set color, the get color methods. Okay, so it's very easy to create the getters and setters. You can just press set. You can just type set, and you will have the list of all the setters and getters. The better way of generating in the getters and setters is like this. Okay, and here you have all of the where attributes have now got their getters and setters. Okay, these are the variables only, but in the class we can say them as an attribute to understand. Okay, now to find the area, what we can do is, here we have the get area method. We don't need to set the area. Okay, so we can return the area as length into breadth, right? And hence we can remove this variable. We don't require it. Okay, we won't set the area. We will just keep a method called getArea. Now what happens in this method is that it returns an integer. This means that suppose I have created a rectangle. Okay, we will create an instance of rectangle like this. You can create a new object like this. This is called a constructor. Okay, so to create a constructor for each rectangle, you can have it like this. We can keep it here as color, then int length and breadth. Okay, and now we have, so it will accept all these parameters, and we can do it like this dot color equal to color, this dot length equal to length, this dot breadth equal to breadth. This means that these variables are receiving the value from the constructor. Constructor itself can be thought as a method, though it is not a method, but its properties are like a method. You can take an input from the constructor and you can set the values to the variables. Okay, So here we have color. We can have any random color. We can have the white color, okay? So it's the FFF code, okay? Or this F. Then we can have the length is 5 and the breadth also as maybe 5. We can have 4 because it is a rectangle and not a square. So here we have returned a string. So to convert it to a integer, we use this method color dot pass color, okay, which accepts this as a parameter or the input of the method. Now what is happening here is that this length is being set as 5. So this variable has a value of 5, this variable has a value of 4, and this color will be white depending on the hash code which we have here, okay? Just a minute. Yeah, this is the hex code, okay? And we are setting it to the color in the integer form by using the color.parseColor method. Now what is happening is we are going to get the rectangle.getArea, and we will do it like we can have it int area equal to so, and now we will set the text view as string.value of area. Okay. We will remove these lines of code and now we can run. So it will show 20 as the text in the text view. I have run the application and you can see the output as 20. So what is happening here is we are using this getArea method and we are multiplying the length and the breadth we got and initialize here, okay, and we are returning it. The area will be returned, and what is happening is it is similar to say rectangle dot length into rectangle dot breadth, okay. These both are same things because we are multiplying in length and breadth. So what the method is doing for us, we don't need to write the same line of code again and again. So suppose I want to get the area multiple times, okay, I want to do something with the area. Suppose I want to get the area once again and I want to multiply it by 2. And I want to get area 3 equal to rectangle dot get area into 3, okay. So for this, we don't need to write the same line of code again and again. In this case, it is very simple line of code, only one line of code. But sometimes the methods are very long or the lines of code are very long, and hence in such cases we use the methods only so that we don't need to write the same line of code again and again. You can also define a method here in the main activity, maybe public void main. There is a default main method also in a class, but here we won't use that, okay. And here we can call the main method also. Now you will be wondering what this void and public and all mean. So public means that this class is accessible everywhere. Like we can use this class anywhere in the main activity or the explainer activity, anywhere we want to, okay. And we also have some private, uh, you can use it on the variable. And now what we can't do is we can't access the variable like this, okay. Before we had done rectangle dot length, but now we can't do that. Now we need to call the getter and setter only to get the length. So we can call rectangle dot get length, and this will return the length of the rectangle, and rectangle dot get breadth will return the breadth of the rectangle. Okay, so this is for the video. We will learn more about the void int and how we return a value from the method. We will see more examples to understand. And to understand non-primitive data types, it is very important to understand object-oriented programming. At least its basics. Thanks for watching.